Melon. Meloncollieflaurです. Hello everyone. I am meloncollieflaur. And you know what today is? It's Watermelon Wednesday. スイカ水曜日だよ. We've made it to the middle of the week once again. Just a few more days until the weekend. I guess you could consider today to be, I guess, Christmas in March or something. Well, for me anyway. I'm sure everyone else, it's probably the 26th by now. But, I hope everyone is doing well today. Whatever projects you are working on, make sure you get them done promptly. Don't work too hard though. There's only one of you after all. So, make sure you take care of yourselves. But I know you got this. I believe in you. おはようございます。こんにちは。こんばんは。私はメロンコリフラワーです。今日の配信はスイカゲームだよ。Awesome。マオさん、おはようございます。元気ですか？あ。Or is it Mo? Moさん。多分。Hello, Milo, CEO. Come Melon. Hope you're doing well today. ん Wait a minute. Let me check something. Okay, everything is fine. Interesting. All good and you? I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. I appreciate it. I slept well. So I feel really refreshed and whatnot. So I feel pretty good. Well. Okay. Back to the SUIKA game. Oh. How to control gravity. Peak. Geek. Oh. Also, I wonder, Milo Seal, do you delve into any what's it called? Any like sound software, or not software, hardware or anything like that? Like for media or any like interesting effects or anything? Episode 8 of the Amazing Digital Circus came out. Okay, okay. Cool, cool. So the snap. Oh. Because I know a long time ago I had to use Reaper for music stuff in college. Okay. I know like a few years ago there were a few streamers who were using like a Go XLR or whatever. But Go XLR doesn't make stuff anymore. So I was wondering if there were any alternatives that anyone knew of in case streamers wanted to use something equivalent to that, since like sound effects and stuff are really fun to do. I've heard of Reaper, though I'm not sure what it does. But I just thought I would ask, because I didn't know if anyone knew. Oh. 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 Melon. Also, let me see. Do this. Oh. Why is that happening to this? Okay, there we go. And then move this around. Oh. Where is it? There it is. Grab this. Wait. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So what are we gonna do for Cousin Nintendo's birthday next Wednesday? I didn't know it was her birthday next Wednesday, Milo. I keep forgetting that you keep up with all these dates and stuff, like unnaturally. I don't know. I never thought about it. Good afternoon, Melon. Hello, Bob. Con Melon. Hope you're doing well today. Oh. I guess I'll still stream Watermelon Wednesday. I don't know. April 1st is her birthday after all. Oh, I forgot that April Fool's falls on a Wednesday. I don't know, actually. I'm trying to think. Did I do anything for... Oh, that's right, because April Fool's probably didn't fall on a Wednesday in the past few years. Well, that's something to think about. Huh. I guess I have to look into something. Yeah. Time for me to concoct a horrendous video for my channel, as I always do for April. Oh yeah, of course, of course. I know a lot of people usually go, I don't go onto the internet or any social media on April 1st because I know people are horrendous or something like that. And I say, yeah, that's pretty valid. I understand. Because I know it's the day to be rambunctious, but people also just don't really know how to act. And things can go a little too far. But there have been some very interesting streams that come out of it that are really funny as well. Kali's gonna summon the box dimensions for April Fool's Day. I don't know what that means. Like I said, you know more of the insider info stuff about all sorts of stuff than I do. So I don't know what you mean. Okay. It's a cool place. If you're lying to me, I will look it up. Ah. 1541. Sengahyaku. Ah. 41. What if it's just an actual picture of a melon that day, or an actual picture of a dog? What if it's just the pie image? Then what? Holly, I would never lie. That sounds like something a liar would say. Must admit. That's when the melon gets trust issues. Hehehe. I can't be becoming like Brinkles, being led astray by a whole thing that was never real in the first place. That could not be me. I'm far too small for that nonsense as well. If anything, that's why both you, like Milo, Seal, and Bob, you guys should both do an April Fool's video. For sure. Uranium Melon Day. No. Or maybe that's what I want you to think, and then reserve play. Reserve play? Square plus melon. Bejeweled melon. This message is held for review. Show it anyway. My answer to that though is no, however. Considering the owner has gone to the hardware store pretty recently, I advise you go to Sakon. How is it 2 for 2? I didn't even say anything bad. I don't know. Maybe the L word is a trigger. And a lot of streamers probably, or a lot of content creators probably get hit with it. And maybe it's become one of those words, I guess. I'm not sure. Bob is becoming nefarious. Melon will remember that. I guess. Oh. Profanity. No, of course not. I've always been nefarious to some extent. I guess everyone has, right? Especially in school. Okay. Oh, so Sora AI is finally shutting down, so to speak. What is Sora AI? And why have I never heard of it? And by that logic, why is it the one that's shutting down when it's the least known? Oh, also Melon. Colin, how have you not heard of it? I have not heard of Sora AI. I've heard of like Open. I've heard of Gemini. I've heard of like many other ones. I've never heard of Sora AI. I don't even use like art AI stuff because it just feels really uncreative and it doesn't look great and it makes me feel icky. Okay. It was popular for making fight scenes and animating popular characters in general for a bit. Really? Was it used a lot in like video games or what? And if it was PC, then that might be why, because I mostly play console stuff. Oh. Milo has one that's out for review now. Let's show it. It's an AI that makes videos and one type people loved making was dogs blasting old people with water jet streams. I have never heard of this. What do you guys watch? That too. What do you guys watch? Huh. Like they'd close once you opening doors. Wasn't that like a really bad thing back in the day or something? I watch Brongle. Yep. Brongle. Only the clips though. Brongle's Bert. It was, but haha, funny AI made funny video. I guess basically what I'm learning is as long as the video is made with AI, you can make any devastation okay, right? Is that what I'm being informed with? Are we going to now start reenacting certain events and stuff with it as well? Because haha, funny AI video. Another type was paint bomb packages. So yeah, you guys watch like harmful stuff. It's not even like brain rotty stuff. It's harmful stuff. I'm glad I didn't know about this. And I'm glad it's done with. This is really scary to me. Okay. I will not comment further because YouTube thinks I'm saying evil things. It's not just you. It's Milo as well because of the other one. It's more of hearing about it. I see. Yeah, I've never heard of Sora AI. So maybe they should be tackling the ones that are actually more well known, like Gemini and Open or whatever the heck it's called. Just because one like AI bot or whatever program gets destroyed doesn't mean that there won't be more. Usually the mindset is it's okay, we'll do better next time. Hence why people have tried to improve their AI to make it where when it generates images, the humans do have 5 fingers. And stuff like that. Since that was an immediate tell. But the funny thing about that too is that it has a specific style. You can just tell now. And then you just think to yourself, well, I hope it's not, but it has a specific style. And it makes me wonder, where's that style being pulled from? Whose style is that? Where it's pulling from there. Someone's art had to have been used for that. So I wonder whose style that actually is, where it's always using that particular style. Because apps do use, like, learning apps use AI generated images to represent like an action or something. Like with language learning apps, some of them do that too. There's some videos on YouTube as well for like learning languages that also use it. Granted, you're there to like learn language, but they still use it for that, right? For imagery. It's gotten to the point where I kind of feel sick seeing AI art used in IRL places. It's gonna get to the point where you're not going to notice the difference though. And that's what people are aiming for. I get really scared mostly because a lot of older people don't know the difference. They see a funny video that looks really real, but a lot of us know because we're a little bit younger. A lot of us know that it's not real, but how do you tell grandma and grandpa or your parents that it's AI? How do you tell them that? It looks real. How did you make something like that? What do you do with that? What do you mean the cat wasn't actually on fire? Like, stuff like that. Like, it's really weird and scary, and people are okay with it. I can't tell you how many times I've seen so many videos, so many ads that where companies are trying to advertise AI like programs. And they're proud of it. Like they're just proud of it. There was a music one too, where it's like I created a little bit of the song and then it finished it off for me. And I was appalled by it. I was like, are we really just going to start using this specifically for creative mediums? The whole point of creating stuff is to use your own mind to make stuff. If you need help, like if it's a tool, because like it's a tool. If you use a tool to help you like do something, the tool doesn't do the work for you. You use the tool in tandem with yourself, not it doing the work for you. And this is why a lot of times people say that like the AI bots that people train replace the people that train them, because they are actively training the bot to train them. So I don't understand what's happening. I don't understand why people think this is okay. And not just people, but companies. Companies. There's no morality. And that makes me really sad. Speaking of AI, I finally sat down and watched The Digital Circus. You can't say speaking of AI, I finally watched The Digital Circus, because that leads me to believe that Digital Circus was made with AI. Episode 8. True, Milo. I saw an AI generated Snorlax and it just looked wrong, yeah. Konnichiwa, genki desu ka? Ah, Hikari-san. Konnichiwa. O genki, Melon? Hello, Hikari. Hello. Practicing Japanese. Well, a certain ringmaster is full of it. Ringmaster. Wait, really? And you're okay with watching it, then? Digital Circus has a character who is an AI, but they're voiced by a human, so not an AI, but an AI in the series. Oh, not AI generated, but an AI character voiced by a human, basically. Interesting. I wonder if there's some sort of satire there or not. I'm not sure. I haven't seen whichever episodes that you guys refer to. I've only seen a few episodes of Digital. So I'm not caught up or anything. Which means I'm causing confusion and delay. Where is this? What is... Oh. Yeah, a friend of mine talked me into learning it, so I am. Oh. Bubble is also an AI in the show, voiced by the show's creator. Oh. So I guess... maybe it is satirical then. Maybe they have a bunch of, like... artificial intelligence characters. Who are voiced by humans and stuff. Or by cast and whatnot. So many pineapples. I'm so bad at this. Cinders and ashes. Oh. I'm very cross, Melon. Stop causing delay. No. Yes, sir. Won't happen again, sir. They are portrayed semi-antagonistic intentionally, I believe. Okay. Interesting. I was just wondering if it was like, yeah, this is to like make a statement or something. I'm not sure. Bubbling boilers. Pineapples. Yeah. I couldn't get all the fruits to the picnic. Ah. Also, Milo, did you ever fix that Nat B situation or whatever it was called? Triple pineapple, no good, yeah. Triple pineapple はダメだ。Hey champ, notice you're causing some delay here. Doesn't really agree with us, so we're going to need you to stop. What is it? What is the punishment that they tend to do in Thomas? They have to pull something. There's a duty that they have to do that isn't very nice. Heck nah, but thank you for asking. Okay. So I guess it's a switch to specific issue then. That's very interesting. Why don't you go on home? No, I don't think it's that one. There was something like they had to pull the kipper or something. I'm not sure. Take a few days off and we'll let you know when to come back. Gets laid off. Yeah. Exactly. I beat you to it somehow. Same brain, yeah. Where there was one engine called Smudger Duke used to work with, and after he kept up his nonsense, they turned him into a generator. That's scary. The flying kipper. The flying kipper, that's what it was. That one. Really funny how going to go watch a compilation of Topham hats or a fat controller really has you actually remembering some things. It's really weird, actually. I guess compilations work. Yeah, that's just a fish train Henry post. Okay, that's what I figured. It's just so interesting to me because even though Fat Controller is like seems very strict as a conductor would be, right? Since, you know, the whole one time thing and whatnot is very, very strict. He's oddly wholesome. Isn't that interesting? He's oddly wholesome. Like, I know he cares about obviously everything going well and stuff, but there seems to be actual morality, like moral to the story and stuff. And I feel like that's actually an interesting and good way to lead, technically. Yeah, he's meant to be a father figure, and you wouldn't think it based on how cross he seems, right? It runs from Knapford Harbor all the way to England. Oh, he's hilarious, like I said. That's why I watched. He was the big laugh when he was very cross. Yeah. Apparently, even though a lot of people would see like Fat Controller as like an offensive name, apparently there was supposed to be like a pun or just something that was meant, like something like there was supposed to be some sort of joke there, at least in the UK and whatnot. But I guess it fell flat outside of it, so they just, I guess, called him Sir Topham Hat and stuff. or something. And apparently there were some like disagreements and stuff. I looked at some of the wiki and stuff and saw that, so I was very intrigued by that. But yeah, probably the best episode with him would be Lady Hat's birthday. Man went through heck and back just to get to his wife's birthday. Oh. Yeah. Man. That's really cool. I don't know. There's just something about that that's really cool. Sometimes it's okay to be strict because if you're feared, but you're also talked to as if, you know, the trains are your children, then everything's okay. Like, I'm telling you this, I'm cross with you because I know you can do better. So let's do better together. And that's what I like about that. You just don't think about that. You don't really think about that as a kid. So it's really interesting. I gotta ask, and Milo probably knows the answer, but is it tank or train engine? It's tank engine, I think. Yeah. Tank engine trains is the name for the rolling stock they pull. Oh. Maybe I should watch the show more. I'll probably learn more about terms that I don't hear outside of trains. Melon. And stuff like that. I wonder if they've ever done like an English episode that has like a Japanese train, the Shinkansen, or something like that. Just for like introducing unfamiliarity or something, I'm not sure. Because obviously like Shinkansen are not really a thing outside of Japan. Like bullet trains. Japan is known for bullet trains, so you know. Like a line of fuel tankers would be called a fuel train. Oh. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Oh. めっちゃ面白いメロン。Japan also has the D51 or D51, which is a very popular steam engine over there. Oh. I could only imagine them seeing a bullet train, and to them it's like the Flash. Exactly, right? And then like maybe one or two of them get jealous and goes, I bet I could be faster than them. And then Topham Hat would be, don't be ridiculous. Bullet trains are well known for being the fastest of them all, or something like that. I don't know. I don't write scripts or anything. It would be a huge commotion if bullet trains caused confusion and delay. Or something. There's also a bullet train character in Thomas called Kenji. Oh. And then they derail and cause a crash, and then he's very cross. Oh no. And it would be the one time where like Topham Hat speaks Japanese as well to apologize to, you know, the unfortunate thing that occurs. And then they would go, wow, Sir Topham Hat, I didn't know you knew Japanese. And then he'd say something like, picked it up some years ago. Didn't think I'd need to use it until now. Or so, maybe I am a script writer. I don't know what's happening. Thomas the jet engine be like. Thomas and the jet engine be like. Is that kind of like John Henry and the steam engine or something like that? 1918. 1918. I kind of want to see this now. What is this fanfic episode we're making? I don't know. It just came to mind. I don't know. I have no idea. It just happened. Naturally, somehow. I don't even watch the show. That's the weird part. Huh. Can we at least include Bertram the Old Warrior in it? Sure. I don't know who he is, but sure. I don't know. I like multilingual stuff, even though I only speak one language. Natively or properly. I should really jumpstart that. I need to learn faster. He's a character that appears on screen for 19 seconds. I like how you're so particular about time that you knew right down to 19 seconds. Maybe you should be a train conductor. The only other engines I remember are Percy. And maybe there was one called Gordon. But I do remember there being a caboose. Toad the Brakeman. Toad the Brakeman. When the Sonic universe becomes the train universe. Or the Thomas universe, I guess. Thomas the Tank. Toad the Brakeman. Kenji the Shinkansen. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Oh. People will make their own tank engine sonas and it will be interesting and scary at the same time. Melon the collie. Yeah, Melon the cauliflower. The opposite of a bullet train. The schooner or something. I don't know. Why? Okay. Rape. There we go. Decopon are still like the most awkward. I never know where to put them. Okay. 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 There's also Edward Henry, James, Toby, Doug, Donald, Douglas, Oliver, Mavis, Rosie, Murdoch, Harvey, Safe, Salty, Bill, Ben, Diesel, Hero, Rosie, Emily, Spencer, Fergus, Scarloni, Renna, Sir Handle, Paul, Sam, Rusty, Duck, and Duke. There was no punctuation there whatsoever. You want me to suffocate? I see. Melon will remember that. Naruhodo, Melon. Proving the case once again. I see. There's many more characters I can list. With commas, hopefully. Punctuation is important after all. Otherwise you cause confusion. And delay. This is a bad meme. This is a bad meme. Oh no. I still need to play Super Mario 3 for you guys. I keep forgetting about it. Hey, at least we aren't saying time isn't a problem. Well, that's because there isn't. I mean, time isn't a problem. There is no time in SUIKA game. True, Super Mario 3. There's also an episode, Toad stands by where Oliver is trying to pull his train of trucks, rips one to pieces. Oh no. Ah! Melon. 1540 1540 1540 Okay. Wow, Papa. Toad is his name and is the class of brake van in real life. Brake vans being on the end of goods trains as an extra set of brakes. There is no way that I would have learned this in school. How do you have the span for this? Well, I guess it's because you're just really into trains, so maybe that's why. But there's no way I would have learned this in school. Unless I was going to train conducting school. Or to become an engineer, I guess. Train engineer, I suppose. This is like high level fascination. I want you to understand. Or I need you to understand, rather. Wow, even that gets hidden? Or gets held for review? So I'm not the only one who sees that as a scary word, then. The autism fuels everyone. Like I said, I grew up in a time where it was used as an insult, so maybe that's why YouTube is now seeing that as a trigger word as well. Hey, we're just testing the, what YouTube deems as scary now, I guess. How is the tism bad? Believe it or not, Milo, it really was used as an insult a lot when I was growing up. Because it used to mean that you were like, or people would use it as a means of you being incapable, or just seen as so different that you weren't able to take care of yourself or something, that you weren't very intelligent. That's why, I think. It was really, it was a really weird time. Oh, don't worry. It was for me as well. In the current day now, it's praised. It's praised now? I did not know that. Hmm. Okay. But yeah, I guess I need to figure something out for next Wednesday, huh? I totally forgot that April Fool's fell on a Wednesday. I don't know what to do. Huh. What? How about Melon twin drill hairstyle? Seems interesting. Melon question since I'm unsure. I usually call you Melon to avoid the pronoun conflict, but are you he, she, or it, or a specific pronoun? Non-binary, so any works. Or, I mean, they. You could say they, but any really works. You could say she or he as well. But they works as well. I am but a humble melon. So no worries. And that's a smart way to avoid pronoun conflict too, though. Melon. That's actually a really smart way to do so. When you're, especially if you're unsure. Instead of just assuming. So yeah, that's a really smart way to do that. Okay, I appreciate it. I was always unsure as to how to refer to you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cause confusion and delay. But thank you for asking anyway. Callie has ascended and became everything. I am but one melon, however. Yeah, I guess you would normally think that I would go by it since, you know, I'm a melon, but I'd like to think that I have sentience, so I don't really consider myself an it, really. Since I do have a personality, but then again, I don't really understand how it works because some people do actually use it as their pronoun. But there's probably something that I don't know. So I'm not really sure about it. Collie goes by dog because they're that dog. Ah, yes. Everyone's two favorite pronouns. Dog and enum. Oh, no. That's terrible. Yeah. Yeah. Dawn. Yeah. She, her, they, them, dog, in them. Wild. The world is constantly, like, you know, ever changing. I just really hope it changes for the better. I want things to be good for many, you know? I don't wish, like, bad things or harm upon people. Wah. Same, honestly. I had a teacher who had a pronoun slip up. She shared it with us. Apparently she got mad at her class not knowing her pronouns. I had a like a music teacher who was transitioning, like, I know it sounds weird to say it this way, but was transitioning live. Like, we got the announcement in class, and she was going through, like, the stuff, or the, I guess people call it HRT? I'm not sure. But it was happening. So it was an interesting transition. Especially to see for the first time. Because it was like my first time. Actually just witnessing it, I guess. It felt like, you know how when people say that the parents give the talk to their kids? It felt like that. It felt like the parent was giving the talk to, or I guess the teacher was giving the talk to the students, I suppose. And I remember she was like, if you will notice some big changes, so I just be mindful that this is something that's happening. And I was just like, okay. It was definitely interesting. Name change and wardrobe change and stuff like that. It was very, very interesting to watch. I was proud. Like I said, that was my first instance of seeing that, like, in real time, I guess. So, because most of the time, I would meet a lot of people who are trans, like, online and stuff. So a lot of people, like, I knew about it and all that type of stuff, but yeah. Transitioning live, that's an awesome way to say it. It's true though, I guess, to be fair. Like, it's kind of like when if you think about it, which probably no one thinks about it this way, it's kind of like watching metamorphosis in a way. Like, with insects and stuff, or I guess butterflies specifically, I'm not sure. But it is a transformation, it is a change, it is a metamorphosis. Especially if it's being done physically. So yeah, I don't know. I just always see it as people tend to judge people based on their gender anyway. Like, people tend to talk to people specific ways due to it, right? Because it also comes back to from back in the day where people would be really nice and cordial towards women, and men were like the gruff ones who, you know, didn't really have any emotions. They just worked and provided for the family and all that type of stuff. Like, there were roles for like men and women that were made back then. And in 2026, we don't really view it that way. So for the most part, we just do away with them, because I don't see gender as being what you will be, like, what job you will get, or what type of job you will, or like what type of person you will become, right? Like, you're not going to become a welder because you're male or female. You're not going to become a skyscraper cleaner because you're male or female, stuff like that, right? That's why I don't really mind, like, the whole gender thing for me personally. Melonally, I guess. Plantly. But I think the quicker people realize that, I think the better the world will become, I believe. Because we're not really defined by our gender. It's a classifier, sure. When you sign papers or something like that, but like, it doesn't really determine what we will become or who we're going to be. Like, you can become the fastest runner, the best game maker, developer. Like, these don't really determine gender though, you know. I know there are like some gender specific jobs too, obviously, but like in this case, anyone can become a flight attendant, anyone can become a tailor or a seamstress, anyone can become an actor, actress, right? So it doesn't, that's something that isn't really a thing to me. It's like anyone can wash dishes, anyone can mow the lawn, anyone can become a fashion designer. So suburban the combis. Collie was a leak. JK, but yeah, I understand, and people should be able to express themselves. Yeah, I feel like it has more to do with. I do think it has more to do with like outward look. I think a lot of people frown upon it based on outward look, because sometimes I guess your mind, if you're older, your mind would probably get confused based on like specific features, I think. And that throws people off, and I guess it makes them angry as well. But at the same time, you really don't want to misgender anyone. Like, I don't want to misgender anyone. Or Mr. Gender anyone. So yeah, I don't take offense. Only if you're being like overtly mean, or being specifically like sassy pretty girl or ultra man hunk or something, then it gets really weird and not great. I think that's really weird. So yeah. Hollywood. Oh yeah. Barberettes. Is barberettes a word? Is that real? I know there's like a difference between a barbershop and a salon, but still. That was the thing though. It's like when you hear barbershop, you think, oh, a place to go get your hair cut or something. When you think salon, you think, oh, a place to go get your hair like fashioned, I suppose. In that way, I think. And I think the only reason why when someone says the word receptionist, the reason why people usually think female is because I think back then they wanted to put a pretty face at the front of the counter. And so that's why receptionist had become like, people automatically thought like female for that. And same with like nurse, I think. I'm not really sure why for nurse though. 1081. I'll do one more. I literally made up barberette before I found out barber meant both men and women. Oh, I see. To be fair, I didn't know either. I'm pretty sure, like I knew barberette wasn't really a word, but yeah. I go to the salon. I prefer it despite the women gossiping 24/7. Oh, you don't like the gossip? I figured you would like the gossip because it's talk, right? Granted, I don't like gossip in the sense of like it being like destructive, but I feel like yapping is okay. It burns the time, you know? As long as they aren't like screwing up your hair or causing any issues, I think. Because I know you can also divide your attention at that point, and then that means you're not doing your job. If you end up yapping more, because then your mind trails off. And if I know anything about how people are, at least in 2026, I know that the attention span is very small for the world. Or it has gotten way smaller nowadays than it has been before, so it's important to focus on the task or the job at hand. I'm not that big a fan of gossip, but the vibe is always nice, and usually there's chill music. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think it's used as a way to pass time. That's usually where people, I guess, quote unquote, spill the tea, from what I've heard. because people like juicy gossip. Remember, people like negative things because negative things travel farther. They stay in the mind longer, I think. And that's why that's more of a thing. I would love to hear more about people like saving endangered animals or like nursing them to health, or you know, their kids graduated from high school and are going to college to become like a really cool thing or something, right? I like to hear like nice things and positive things about whatever in people's lives, because I feel like people have a lot to live for, and there's only one of you guys. Like, why not live the best life that you can anyway? Why not live a fruitful life? Sometimes the tea just so happens to arrive in my lap without looking for it though. Can't really help if it arrived unconsciously. Yeah, basically. You guys with the V faces. It's spreading. Yeah. Like I said, believe it or not, I think that is how a lot of people get their news. Some people probably look forward to going to the salon to see what new info is out. Because, you know, we used to read like newspapers and stuff. Now we look on social media or like news sites or apps. I used to love using V faces. I used to love doing the at least on phone, I would use the O with the accents, yeah. Every so often. Because I used to hear some stuff where it's like, oh, you know, such and such's daughter just got out of college and now they're becoming a such and such or whatever. It's like, oh, that's great. My son just finished with this and will be doing this pretty soon. Or did you hear about so and so? They seem to be doing pretty well these days. I know they are having some hard times, but now they seem to be back on their feet. I like hearing stuff like that. That's really nice. That's the type of like, I guess, gossip or like salon talk that I would hear from time to time or whatever. Head on. To me, it's like an owl beak. Yeah, it looks like an owl beak. It looks like a bird. And since owls are my favorite animal. Owls are your favorite? Huh. Owls are cute. I like owls. But yeah, let's normalize positive gossip, I guess? I don't know. I don't even know if it would be called gossip if it's positive. I guess it's just news, huh? Enrichment or something. Enriching, enlightening information or something. My cousin got into Harvard. Or something like that. They don't let too many people in there. Or something like that. Girl, did you hear that so-and-so did this and that and the third? I would have gotten ripped a new one if my parents heard that I was doing something like that. Or something like that, yeah. My parents would be so cross. But we live in different times now. Stop, she did not. Yeah. Basically that's the vibe, yeah. Just like as they're spraying and clipping and spraying and clipping. And blow drying, I guess. Like I said, it's very interesting. It's a very interesting thing. Very interesting, like, social experience, I guess. I guess it beats, you know, Xbox 360 mic days. The exact opposite, so that's fine, I suppose. The seals. Oh. Huh. The average 365 conversion though. I was like, 365? Milo, did you hear the You Know Miles Sea Lion song? Yes, in the sequel, it was peak. It's really funny how everything has become peak now. I guess peak is not to be confused with plateau, huh? Which is taking me a little bit to understand. Or get used to, I guess. Ah, 1933. 1933. Okay. Today was very interesting. Oh hey, your eyes glow. That's scary. Boy, metal. But yeah, today was really fun. We talked about a lot of interesting stuff too. It was amazing. I read that as unamazing. I was like, oh no. I didn't see any horses today, but okay, fair enough. Thank you so much, everyone, for stopping by. 見てくれてありがとう。聞いてくれてありがとう。Thank you to everyone who stopped by and listened and watched and stuff. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will get back to you guys whenever I can. And now I have to figure out how to... I need to figure out what to do for next week, I suppose. Oh my god, what was that? Did you guys see that? But yeah, oh shoot. I have to... Just saying. Okay. But yeah, like I said, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch me. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. But yeah. I am meloncollieflaur, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye bye. I have to fix this program. Oh, it's Melon.